that I don't make you happy. All that time you would be complaining. I'll call you every day, yeah yo, baby don't know.
You can now get all the Chibuzi out with MTN voice bundles. Call all networks Kubei Dondoro. Buy a 25-minute voice bundle for only 1,000 or buy any daily voice bundle of your choice. Dial *100 *21 hash and select daily or use the My MTN app. When we talk together, we are unstoppable.
Indomie Instant Noodles is available in 3 flavors of chicken, beef, and vegetable. Buy your Indomie Instant Noodles in supermarkets and dukas near you anywhere across Uganda. Indomie Instant Noodles, Uganda's best-loved noodles.
It's true what people say, that when I wash and you wash your hands with soap, we'll have less infections as Ugandans. After all, it's hands that handle money. It's hands that feed us, hands that prepare soil for farming, hands that we use to learn, and hands that we use for fun.
When I wash and you wash, it means clean hands for all. So, wash your hands with soap and clean water regularly to keep away infections and disease-causing germs. This message is from the National Hand Washing Secretariat with support from UNICEF.
Juko.
Yo.
Wachikuwa. Check the shopping, man. What's your secret?
Haven't you heard of the parish development model PDM?
Yes, I did, but I thought it was just a talk.
No, Sebatia. It is real. I and a few friends together formed a circle, accessed money from the PDM, invested in a poultry project, and now things are moving.
Juko. I thought I was one of your friends.
You are.
But you left me behind.
I didn't leave you in poverty. What you do, just visit your LC2 chairperson and your parish chief and start the process of economic transformation. Just like that. The parish development model is an initiative from the government of Uganda through the Ministry of Local Government designed to transform all lives of Ugandans for the better.
PDM, my parish, my development, my life.
Welcome back, and you're still watching UBC TV. My name is Rukidi Edward Kijanangoma. Now we're going to look at one of the things that have actually been talked about in the past, but it is also being talked about today, and that is the digital number plates. And of course, this is the Intelligent Transport Monitoring System, ITMS, and a lot of people have been talking about it, and giving some of them giving misgivings about the project, the number plates, and remember that government brought up this project to ensure that there is security in as far as Ugandans are concerned. And I'm not an expert in this, but I've got someone who is well knowledgeable about this project, and that is none other than Damir Mahmutov. Damir Mahmutov is going to give us, to shed more light on the project, how far it is gone, and what government is also doing to ensure that this project, benefits all Ugandans, and also it hits its intended objective. Mr. Damir, good afternoon and welcome.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Yes, of course, the Intelligent Transport Monitoring System, the ITMS, being talked about, but also today in one of the dailies, I think, there is something that probably you might need to shed more light, and of course, the article is to the extent that it's casting doubt in as far as implementation of this launch, the massive, the nationwide rollout of this project is concerned. But before we go there, just tell the viewer, what is ITMS and what is its intended objective?
So that ITMS stands for the Intelligent Transport Monitoring System. So that we implement digital instruments, digital tools in the process of the motor vehicle registration procedure and the life cycle of the motor vehicle in the country, starting from the entry point and till the vehicle is written off. So it's including that improvement of the road safety. So like automatic number plate recognition cameras already implemented in the country, but we are improving them with our solution. So that the main task for the ITMS is to help government to fight the crime in the country. So also that we have like a side effects, like that the faster procedures, more transparent processes, relevant databases, and the other things. So yes, if we are talking about this article in the morning, for me it was funny in the morning to read it. Yes, but you know that what I would like to say, so that the people and the public, normally that they complain that the government takes a lot of time to implement something. So, but you know, this is a countrywide project. It's like and we already put like a huge efforts in this project to start. We already started. We started with the government vehicles, and we are just coming to the massive rollout for the private vehicles. So, if we say about these huge government projects, you need to involve a lot of stakeholders. You need to harmonize all of them. You need to be sure that you will not ruin their processes, and you will bring that some advantages to their lives. So that's why that we had a lot of meetings with the private sector, like these car bonds owners, the producers of the motorcycles, the local producers of the motorcycles. So also that we have discussions with the different entities, and in these discussions we identified that all areas where we need to be improved.
Okay, yes, thank you so much, Damir. And of course, there you talk about, you know, having that meeting with, you know, car bond owners, because some time back, about a month ago, there was a worry by, you know, brought about by the car bond owners that they had vehicles in their bonds, but there were no number plates. There was a big problem, and I think related to you are not, you know, releasing number plates, and they were making, you know, losses. So, what was your discussion? The worries that they were raising, in as far as these new number plates are concerned, the digital number plates. What did you discuss?
So, the first of all, that for them, it was the biggest threat about the procedures. You know, then you don't know something, it's very scary for you. So for them, it was like that lack of the communication. They wanted to know more about the project, and they would like to understand how it will affect their business. So that we explained them that everything will be fine. We identified that some car bonds that will have like installation centers, because right now the government has realized that in the procedure of registration of motor vehicles, there are some gaps. So, and we need to fix it with this project. So that this ITMS project is, it's like sourced by private company, it's sourced by our Russian company. So it's like a fully investment project. So that we are injecting our money, and we have been injecting for the last 2 years the money, and we haven't got any penny from the, so that our target to make the system efficient, because that if you are not efficient, we cannot get our money. That's the simple thing.
Exactly. And where are you based? Are you, you know, printing this place from outside the country or within the country?
So you see that I don't want to comment a lot on this last shortage of the number plates in the country, but what we know is a current procedure. So that current service providers, they're importing blanks from abroad, and after do the embossment here. So that in the framework of our project ITMS, we are going to build a factory here where we will produce the number plates from the aluminium, from the scratch, till like the ready plates. So I think in the mid of September there was some press conference at our facility in Kavembe, so that there's some media representatives, they visited that our production plant and they saw these embossing machines, so that we reached the level of the current service providers, so that we can personalize number plates here locally. So, but also that we are going to install this like automated line. It will be the first in East Africa.
Oh, yes. Oh,
yes. So, in fact, we don't see any problem with providing these number plates to the public. So we understand.
Do you have the capacity to?
Yes, of course that we have a capacity. So, but as I told you from the very beginning, that we need to harmonize a lot of things and we need to iron them out a lot. So in this area, so that we have prepared a lot of components. We have prepared a lot of software. We have like the human resources to start the launch for the rollout. So what we are going to do, that we are going to start with the first-time registration. And after that, so that we will start with the voluntary compliance, we call it like this. So when you would like to change your, like that old number plate to the fancy new number plate. So
I like the fancy one.
Yes.
Yes.
So, and you can apply through the motor vehicle registration services, and you can change your number plate. Or in case you would like to sell your car or your boda, so that you will apply for the changing of the ownership. During this procedure, you will get the new number plate. So the same thing. So, and based on the regulation, you will have 2 years from the rollout date. You'll have 2 years to change your old number plate to the new number plate. I hope that within these 2 years you will find a minute to change your number plate.
Yes, let's talk about the charges now. I own a boda, for example. How much money am I going to pay to get this new number plate? And if I own a motor vehicle, maybe a car, then do you have categories, or it's a flat fee for a motorbike, it is this, and then cars or vehicles, it is this amount? How much are we talking about?
So you see that when we discussed it with the government, so government said that we cannot bother public. They already have the number plates, and you cannot sell them. Okay, we understand that this thing costs a lot. So because that we need to develop a lot of software, we need to implement a lot of things, and we need to change a lot of processes. So, but we cannot bother the public with that prices. So what they requested, how we can subsidize the prices for the public for the changing of the old number plates to the new number plates. So if you have a car and you would like to change from old to new, you will pay 150,000 shillings according to the Traffic Regulation Act. If you have a boda and you would like to get the new number plates, you will pay I think that it's like a 42 or 50,000 shillings. So something like that. So up to 50,000 shillings, let's say like this. So, and if you would like to buy a new G-Wagon, so I see that it's here.
Oh yes,
yes. Sure. So you will pay the full price. It's like a 714,000 shillings.
Okay.
So, but this price will be included that all importation taxes and other duties that you need to pay to get the new car.
Okay. I don't know how long you've been in this country, but we have seen, or you might have seen, you know, a vehicle having a number plate and then another vehicle having a similar number plate, duplication. How safe are your number plates? Are they foolproof?
So you see the system, if you see like that two similar number plates on the street, so you as a citizen, what are you going to do? No, most likely nothing. So, and after that, the problem right now, that the current system cannot identify these like that mistakes in a database. So because that we are going to start with the first time registration, and after coming to the voluntary compliance, during that processes, we will verify all vehicles in the country. That means that we clean up database. So if we have a duplication, using that our software, we have special tools how to identify this. We call it fraud, because that you cannot do it like unconsciously, just to put like the same number plate. So it could happen because of the mistake in system, or because that you didn't want to pay taxes or something like that. So for us, it's just like a mistake and we need to fix it. So we have tools how to identify it, but during the procedure of this first time registration and post registration, we will clean up the databases.
Oh, very good. Viewer, if you just joining us, this is, I'm in the studio with Mr. Damir Mahmutov.
Yes,
Mahmutov. Very, very interesting name there. And we're looking at the intelligent transport monitoring system that is ITMIS, that is going to be rolled out by government very soon. I hope, by the way, when is it going to be rolled out?
So that
countrywide.
So that we will start in a phase manner. So that the target of this rollout is just to avoid any problems and create like the more crises. So that we are starting with the first time registration, and after that we will go to the post registration processes. So right now that we're planning to start in November.
Okay, thank you. Of course, unless we've got the information there, starting in November, that's when the nationwide rollout will take place. We'll now be taking a short break, but we'll be coming back and wind up this interview.
It's true what people say, that when I wash and you wash your hands with soap, we'll have less infections as Ugandans. After all, it's hands that handle money. It's hands that feed us. Hands that prepare soil for farming. Hands that we use to learn. And hands that we use for fun.
When I wash and you wash, it means clean hands for all. So, wash your hands with soap and clean water regularly to keep away infections and disease-causing germs. This message is from the National Hand Washing Secretariat with support from UNICEF.
You used to tell me that I don't make you happy. All that time you would be complaining. I'll call you every day, yeah yo, baby dondolo.
You can now get all the Chibuzi out with MTN voice bundles. Call all networks Kubei Dondoro. Buy a 25-minute voice bundle for only 1,000 or buy any daily voice bundle of your choice. Dial *100 *21 hash and select daily or use the My MTN app. When we talk together, we are unstoppable.
Welcome back from that short break, and this is Edward Rukidi Kijanangome in the studios with my guest Damir Mahmutov, and we're talking about the Intelligent Transport Monitoring System, ITMS, that is going to be rolled out late this year. And as we wind up, we've got about 5 minutes. Time is not our best ally. Talking about the impact of these number plates. I'd like you to give assurance to the viewer, but to the general public, in as far as security of Ugandans is concerned, because the major point why ITMS was thought about was because of curbing crime. Tell us something about that.
So you see that we are working together with the Uganda Police Force a lot, so that I would like to thank them, because that our cooperation is very useful for us, because that we gain the local problems, we understand that local specific, so that means that we can understand how we can help with that our solutions. So also that with the support from Minister for Security, so that we are implementing and developing that our system to help that law enforcement. So in case of the crime, so that recently it was a situation when the police car was stolen.
Oh,
so,
yes.
So and because that hopefully and unfortunately we have started with the government vehicles, and the government vehicle was stolen. So that this vehicle was equipped with these digital number plates. So that we received the communication from the police. So just to be supportive in the investigation procedure, we provided them the old data, and it was very useful for them, because that we identified them that precise route, so that the stopping marks, that a lot of things. So, but you see, if you are talking about that, this like a monitoring, a lot of people they are saying that you would like to ruin our privacy. So, but in fact, if if you are not a crime person or you are suspect, so that that law enforcement agencies, they are not interested in you. So that we don't want to touch the private life, but we would like to be very supportive for the law enforcement agencies once they need our assistance. If they need to find somebody who committed a crime, who is like in a wanted list, so that we will provide them the full information and we will serve our purposes.
Thank you so much. And finally, probably 1 minute, the current number plates that we've been having, like government number plates, for example, even private number plates, very, very simple to, you know, to read and cram. But these new number plates, very many figures, and people are they're wondering, which ministry is this? Which parastatal is this? Why did you come up with such long numbers?
It took almost 9 months to develop it together with the Ministry of Works and Transport as like that responsible authority for this like standard of the number plates. So that what we identified in, for example, that for the ministries, for the MDAs, you have 26 letters of the English alphabet, but you have like a 40 MDAs.
Yes.
So that they need to share. So if you would like to identify the government vehicle, there are like that UG is like Uganda government, and 2 symbols like that. 01 means like Office of the President. 38 means Ministry of Works and Transport. It's like a public. It's in the Traffic Regulation Act. If you would like, you can read and identify the car. So it just to avoid the situation when we need, after 5 years with this like a growing population, growing the fleet of the cars in the country, to change the number plate to new ones. So that we would like to implement something which will serve for the 15-20 years in the country.
Will the private number plates also be that long?
No, so that the amount of the symbols are the same. So it's everything is according to that. It's called like a triple TFP standard, which implemented in within that African region. So that in the traffic road safety areas. So that they are the same. It's like that 2 letters, like that 3 digits and 2 letters. So.
Thank you so much, Mr. Damir Mahmutov. I'm afraid we cannot go beyond this because time is not on our side. But viewer, that has been Mr. Damir Mahmutov, and he's been talking about the intelligent transport monitoring system that is going to be launched all over the country very soon. And we thank you so much for having given us part of your time to come and explain more. I am Rukidi Edward Kijanangoma. Thank you so much for having been part of this interview. But up next year on UBC TV, it is The Score with Ruben Chirinango Mpima. Stay tuned.